There's a new study out saying white working class mortality rates are on the rise. So which candidate is best equipped to help create jobs, and the sort of confidence that came along with it, the enthusiasm that came along with it? Who can reverse these trends? Joining me now, Rich Lowry, who wrote a great piece on this, and Representative Scott Perry of Pennsylvania. Representative Perry, I want to go to you first.
Yes, sir.
Apparently from 1994 to 2015, the 308,000 manufacturing jobs lost in the great state of Pennsylvania.
Right.
Do you have confidence that any political candidate can turn this around, or is it just sort of the way things are?
It shouldn't be the way things are. It doesn't have to be the way things are. We got to quit making these trade deals where America keeps losing. We keep telling our constituents this is good for America. They've seen that it's not good for America. We've got to be smarter about trade. And quite honestly, I think either Republican candidates from the outside, the current two front runners, could do this. But somebody that's on the inside that's just kind of been managing the decline or is kind of wed to that philosophy is not going to help. And of course, the whole liberal Keynesian economic theory of the other side, to me, I just reject that. That does not create long-term, stable, family-sustaining manufacturing jobs.
Now, having said that, sir, do you think, though, it could be done overnight? In other words, coming into office and saying, hey, we're going to have a trade war or threaten a trade war, because there are a lot of American jobs now that depend on trade as well.
Right, right. No, first of all, I don't think it can be done overnight. This didn't happen overnight. It's not going to be reversed overnight. But I think our trading partners are going to have to see that there's a new sheriff in town, and we're going to do things a little bit differently, or maybe a lot differently. But unraveling it's going to take some time. In the meantime, you pick and choose where you can, and you negotiate where you can. And again, like I said, I don't think there's going to be a trade war. I think that's maybe some posturing right now. But I think all the candidates that are running understand that that's not good. Right. That's not good for business. That's not good for families and hardworking, tax-paying Americans. You
know, Rich, this great recession actually amplified all of this even more because of the massive job losses in construction and other areas. So men losing jobs in manufacturing, construction, and then, of course, in your piece, you talk about the lifestyle changes and the mortality rates. I think a lot of people would be shocked to find out that white men are living less now. You know, everybody around the world in Western nations, for the most part, every year their life expectancy goes up. This particular group is starting to go down.
It's shocking. You're absolutely right. It's an inexorable element of modern life that life expectancy increases in wealthy democracies. And if you look at middle-aged whites, they've been dying at a greater rate, where you look at every other group and it's continuing to go down. And that's great. But what we have here, it's in part an economic crisis, but it's also a social and a spiritual crisis. People are disconnected from the community, from civil society. They don't go to church. Their families are breaking down. They're lonely. They're stressed. They're depressed. And the reasons they're dying are self-inflicted. It's suicide, it's drug and alcohol abuse, it's liver diseases. So it's an extremely depressing picture. Yeah. It's a crisis, and one this country has to focus on. I'm not sure there's an easy answer, but it begins with really paying attention.
You know, it's interesting because I always knew this was going to happen. I grew up in Harlem in the 70s, and I saw it within the black community, and I can tell you right now, it's something that's hard to reverse if it goes on too long. And I think voters know this. Both sides of the aisle, according to Jolene Kent, on trade in Pennsylvania, only 40% of Republicans say it creates jobs, only 42% of Democrats. So certainly the opinions have changed. Whether that's the sole answer remains to be seen. Great stuff, both. We really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, sir.